Hey everyone, and welcome back to Underdog Investing. So today I've got some very exciting news to share with you, and that is the recent unveiling of the VSS Imagine, which is the latest spaceship to enter the fleet for Virgin Galactic. Firstly, I'm going to show you some of the pictures, and then I'm going to talk through this very exciting article from CNBC detailing some of the things that Michael Colglazier, the CEO of Virgin Galactic, talks about, and also go through some of the things that Mike Moses, the president of Virgin Galactic, talks about. And then finally, I'm going to look at the stock price and what I'm planning to do with it. Before I jump into this, I'll be grateful if you can smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for future updates. So let's jump straight into it. So Virgin Galactic on Tuesday unveiled the latest spacecraft addition to its fleet, VSS Imagine, with the spacecraft representing the first of its next generation Spaceship 3 class of vehicles. So this is their Twitter post about 22 hours ago by Virgin Galactic. So they said, hit that love if you love the look of Spaceship 3 Imagine. So as you can see, it looks very cool from this picture. And just to give you some reference, this is the VSS Enterprise, which was the first spaceship that they built. And this was the one that crashed in 2014. And then this is the second one, which is VSS Unity, which is the one that they've had recent test flights on. And also the one that had a failed test flight in December and is planning for a test flight again in May, in about a month's time. And then now I'm going to show you some of the pictures of the new spaceship, which is the VSS Imagine. So look how cool that looks. It's a very chrome color and it looks very neat. And you can see from here a different angle from the bird's eye view. You can see the windows, and then you've got this another angle, and these were all taken from the Twitter page. So it looks very cool. It actually looks quite similar to the VSS Unity actually, if you look at the VSS Unity from above. Okay, so going back to the CNBC article, VSS Imagine is the third spacecraft the company has built. The VSS Enterprise was destroyed in a fatal test flight accident in 2014, whilst the VSS Unity has flown 2 space flights, most recently in February 2019. Colglazier emphasized that VSS Imagine has been designed in a way that's taken the learnings we've had from all the flight testing on Unity. So Colglazier goes on to say, so for us to make the business start to scale at the places we're aspiring towards, we need 2 things. The first one is we need many more ships than we have right now, and we also need the ships that we bring forward to be built in a way that they're able to be maintained in a way that we can have much quicker turnaround times between flights than what we have with Unity. So it's clear that he understands what the issues are. So the first half of this company was trying to build a spaceship which was able to go to space to provide the experience that we need for customers. So you can see how they're transitioning from the first part to the second mission of this company, which is to be able to manufacture these spaceships at scale so that we can bring enough customers to space in order to generate that revenue. And you can see that Michael Colglazier really goes on to stress that point further in the next few paragraphs. So Colglazier said the VSS Imagine is the first of the company's Spaceship 3 generation, adding that it is pivoting the manufacturing team to get to work on the next spacecraft, which has been named VSS Inspire. The biggest improvement between the Spaceship 2 and 3 classes is the turnaround time, both in terms of manufacturing each spacecraft and the amount of maintenance needed between each test flight. So again, he's just stressing the point about the importance of manufacturing, because what's really important is we're able to scale the manufacturing, build enough spaceships in a quick enough time so that we can bring customers to space as soon as possible. And also the other thing is in terms of maintenance. The lower the maintenance of these spaceships, the less time it will spend in the spaceport, and more time it will spend up in space generating that revenue for the company. So Virgin Galactic President Mike Moses defined the modular advances of VSS Imagine as breaking production down into sections: the fuselage, cabin, the wing body, the flat plane form of the wings, and then the tail booms. All were built separately. So you can really see how they're trying to make manufacturing more efficient by breaking the production into separate sections, so in a modular way. Whereas with the VSS Unity, I think the way they built it was just seeing the Unity as one whole thing. So that's a lot less scalable than if you're trying to build each individual thing separately and then putting it together, which is what they're doing with the VSS Imagine. So you can see that they're really trying to make manufacturing as scalable as possible. And that is the mission for the company. You can tell by the way Mike Moses is talking and by the way Michael Colglazier is talking. So the company has yet to identify how many Spaceship 3 vehicles it plans to build, but Michael Colglazier said more spacecraft will be needed to fulfill the company's demand backlog. Virgin Galactic also plans to reopen ticket sales fully after flight tests with founder Sir Richard Branson expected this summer. So that's really good news. You can see that they are expecting this test flight with Sir Richard Branson this summer, so very soon. And also they know that with this marks the start of the actual commercial flights, and with all of that, that's going to cause extreme amount of hype and loads of people want to buy the tickets, and that's when they're planning to reopen those ticket sales. So all good news. Okay, let's talk a bit about the Mothership now, because we've talked about the Spaceship. Additionally, Virgin Galactic is evaluating possible partners to effectively accelerate our next Mothership program. So Virgin Galactic has one carrier aircraft or Mothership called VMS Eve. Colglazier said last month the company will need to build more to reach its targeted flight rates. He believes it's likely Virgin Galactic could find some great partnerships among aerospace companies to build the next carrier aircraft, as opposed to the company building its own dedicated Mothership assembly factory. So I personally see this as very good news, because you can see that, so there's two main things they need to build: the Mothership, which carries the rocket into the air so that it can be released, and then the rocket or the spaceship, which will actually fly to suborbit. And the way I see it is the spaceship is the actual product or the unique tool that Virgin Galactic have to generate revenue, because that's the thing that is going to bring the passengers to space. And rather than trying to build the spaceship as well as the Mothership by themselves, what they're saying is, let's just delegate the building of the Mothership to another company and let them do that, whilst we focus fully on building the best spaceship possible. And you can see that they're really focusing on that by the fact that they are actually trying to delegate and build partnerships to build the Mothership instead of trying to do it themselves. And I think the more they focus on building the spaceship, the better the experience is going to be for the passengers. Okay, so now this is a bit about Mike Moses, the president of Virgin Galactic. This is very important, and he talks a bit about the electromagnetic interference, which was the issue in the December test flight, which caused a delay basically. So Moses said Virgin Galactic is addressing the electromagnetic interference issue that delayed the second attempt of its December spaceflight test to May. So you can never completely eliminate EMI. It's an artifact of aerospace electrical systems, but we could really take the source of it down quite a bit, so that's what the team has been busy doing, Moses said. So electromagnetic interference was the root cause of its December flight abort. Moses said Virgin Galactic has made changes to some of its electronic components, as well as on the sensors that those components then read and use to tell us what's happening on VSS Unity. We've implemented both of those changes. We've tested them out on the ground. So now we're installing them into the ship. Moses said, we'll run a full end-to-end check on the ship, and assuming those results are good, we look like we're still on track for that May target. So one of the things that we can see is they're being very careful about approaching this issue with the electromagnetic interference. They want to make sure that they do everything they can to reduce this electromagnetic interference, which could cause an issue with the test flight. And I think that's very good, because it shows that they are not just rushing things and trying to get the test flight out, not caring about the results. They really do care about the results. They care about the safety of the passengers. This is not like a company like SpaceX where they can have failed rocket tests, but there's no humans that are at risk. Whereas with the Virgin Galactic test flights, if there's any issues, it could potentially be fatal. So they really do need to be extra careful. So I think it's good that they're taking their time, and I think eventually this will work out in their favor in the long run. Because the last thing you want is to rush things and then have another failed test flight or a catastrophic test flight, which will set the company back several steps. So yeah, I see this as a good thing, and I'm looking forward to the May test flight. Finally, let's have a look at the stock price. So you can see today we are near the end of the trading day for Wednesday the 31st of March, and we're at $30.37. So we've maintained today. We haven't really had much movement. If you have a look at the 6-month chart, you can see that we're still significantly down about 48% compared to the February high of $60. We actually pulled back about 55% at one stage. We hit $26. But as you can see, we've actually managed to stay above the $30 level quite consistently. So personally, I see this as a buying opportunity for myself, because I know that we've got some good catalysts coming up, especially with the test flight in May. So now we're basically in April now, tomorrow, and so in a month or two's time, we've got the May test flight. If that's successful, we've got the Virgin Galactic with Sir Richard Branson test flight, and after that, things are just going to snowball, and commercial flights will happen, and by then they'll probably have a very small fleet of spaceships which can carry customers to space. So I think I really don't want to miss the opportunity to get as many shares as I could at these levels before we really reach the next level in terms of the going back to $60, possibly even $100 when we start becoming operational. So I see this as a buying opportunity. I'd love to hear what you guys are doing. I mean, I've heard some of you have actually sold at the high and bought back in at the low, which is amazing. I personally have just held throughout, so I haven't actually made any money buying or selling. I see the long-term future of the company, so I'm just going to hold it for the next 5-10 years and see what happens. But anyway, that is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much.